where does true happiness come from? Or what really brings us true and lasting happiness? I share these questions with you at the start of our reflection for this Sunday because our gospel, again, proclaims to us the famous Beatitudes. When you say Beatitudes, happy attitudes from the teaching of Christ. You know, there are two versions of the Beatitudes, no? This version is called the Lucan version from Luke. The other one is from Saint Matthew, the Matthean version. Ano po ba ang pagkakaiba ng dalawang version? Yung Matthean version, yung kay Matthew, basta nilagay, blessed are the poor, blessed are the meek, no? And so on and so forth. There are 8 Beatitudes. No? Now here, the difference is, Luke mentions only 4, but coupled with it, he presents woes. You know, when Jesus was teaching, he shared that blessed are those who are poor, who hunger, who weep, who are hated. And then, he adds, towards the end, but woe to you who are rich, who are filled now, who laugh now, or woe to you, when people speak well of you. Kaya makikita niyan, there are those who are blessed, there are those who are, woed, by God. Now, just to understand why there seems to be 2 versions, it's good to look at a particular context. The Matthean version, as they say, this is the Sermon on the Mount. If you read the Gospel according to Matthew, the Lord was up the mountain when He gave this sermon on the Beatitudes. And His audience, most of them were Jews. And we know that Jews believe in God. And when where you're up the mountain, it's very symbolic of you have a guru, a rabbi, and you are up the top of the mountain, and they say, the mountain is, when you're at the peak, the closest to the sky, you're closest to God. So it's like, God, in a way, giving a teaching, and they are principles coming from God. So then the Jews really listened intently on this teaching on the Beatitudes. In contraposition, the Lucan version tells us at the start that Jesus, sort of came down the mountain, and He gave the teaching on a level plane. Hindi sa taas, kundi sa baba. And as you observe, what was mentioned here is, a large number of people from all Judea and Jerusalem and the coastal region of Tyre and Sidon. And there was this time a mixture of people. So they were not only Jews, there were Gentiles. Kaya sabi nga ng ibang biblical scholar, if in the Matthean version, the teaching basically was addressed to the Jews, here, the Lucan version is addressed to both Jews and Gentiles, believers and unbelievers. In a way, set at a plane, it's like addressed to the whole of humanity. Kasama na po tayo doon. But however you look at it, the teaching is the same. And we can try to reflect on this teaching more deeply now, looking at the interplay of blessedness and woes. And I'd like to sort of trigger a little bit your mind and your heart. When the Lord said, blessed are the poor. And then he said, woe to you who are rich. Bakit? No? Halimbawa, mayaman ka, pinaghirapan mo yung kayamanan mo. Kasalanan mo ba? Masama ba yun? Masama bang may maipundar ka at medyo nagkaroon ka ng estado sa buhay? Tapos sabi niya dito, blessed are you who are now hungry. Tapos dito sabi niya, woe to you who are filled now. Masama bang kumain tsaka mabusog? No? Lalo na sa inyo, yung mahilig kumain. No? Sama ba? Tapos sabi dito, no? Blessed are you who are now weeping. Tapos sabi dito, woe to you who laugh now. Bakit ganun? Halimbawa, masama bang tumawa? Masama bang sumaya? Yeah? And then dito sabi, blessed are you when people hate you, no? Or exclude you. And then sabi niya, woe to you when all speak well of you. Aba, masama bang may magsabing maganda sa atin? Di ba? Mag-iisip ka. Ba't kaya sinabi ni Jesus to? Well, we have to realize, no? There are people who really suffer and are poor in many different ways. Materially, emotionally, spiritually, di ba? There are those who really are hungry because they have nothing to eat, or those who hunger for many things, like they hunger for righteousness, they hunger for God. And, they feel that they cannot receive it at this point, or they're oppressed. We have to accept also that there are those who are weeping because, on one end, they may be weeping because someone died. Someone passed away. They are mourning. Or they are weeping because of something bad. Let's say their sins. They weep because of their sins. And there are those who are really hated, rejected, excluded. May mga ganyan, ine-echepuera. Rejected, ayan. And they're suffering. Whether because of, relationships or, of their own. They're not accepted in society. May ganun. At ang ganda na sabi ng Panginoon, if you're undergoing this, and you have no one to turn to, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. It's like the Lord saying, akong bahala sa inyo. But now, why the woes? And then we understand here, Sabi niya dito, woe to you who are rich. Perhaps the Lord would say, rich because you do not think of anybody else but you. And you actually indulge in your riches as if that's the most important thing in your life. May problema ka talaga. You are governed by your riches. Meron nga iba, hindi makatulog sa sobrang daming pera. Baka mawala. Di ba? May ganyan. Woe to you who are filled now. Yung iba, hindi lang busog na busog, talagang impatyo na. There are those who know they are already filled to the brim, not only with food, but with all the pleasures of the world, but they seem not to be satisfied. Di ba? Their insatiable desires. Kaya palagi, kuha pa rin ang kuha. Gusto pa rin, They want to experience, all this. And then, may problema ka nga doon, di ba? Dahil that leads you even to sin. Pag sobra kang kain, gluttony, di ba? Pag sobra kang sexual pleasure, and you even indulge in sins like fornication, adultery, or promiscuity, you become a sex addict, you're governed by grave sin. Woe to you who laugh now. Perhaps those who, can laugh and indulge only on, their own selves. Meaning to say, makikita mo na nagdudusa na yung nasa paligid mo, ikaw wala ka rin pakialam, wala ka pa rin pakialam, tapos ikaw, no, masaya ka sa ginagawa mo, parang hindi mo nararamdaman yung nararamdaman ng kapwa mo. That also is problematic because there is no sensitivity. And then finally, when people speak well of you, you might bloat your ego, di ba? And feel, no, you are the most important person in the world. Or there are those who become even popular and feel that they're gods. This is why they are woe. No? Maganda hong pag-isipan po ito, no? Kasi whether you like it or not, no? When the Lord was speaking to the Jews and Gentiles at that time, in a way, right now, He is also speaking to us. No? And I think when we go back to my question a little while ago about happiness, here the Lord tells us, blessedness is when you realize you have that happy attitude to hope and trust in the Lord. This is what Jeremiah in the first reading, no, was trying to tell the Israelite people as a prophet, di ba? To hope and trust in the Lord. The blessedness here also tells us of that happy attitude to understand that yes, when you suffer because of any form of poverty, or you weep, you mourn because of a tragic incident in your life, you hunger not only for food, but for justice. You are rejected and you feel that everyone is against you. Go back to the words of Saint Paul. You are like Christ and imitate Christ, who suffered, died, and rose. And the blessedness here is, like Christ, yes, you were dead, but you rise with Him. Brothers and sisters, this Sunday, we are indeed blessed to live out blessedness. Happiness can only come from the Lord. And the Lord is teaching us that if we live out our Christian lives amidst poverty, amidst mourning, amidst hunger, amidst rejection and inclusion, no, if we hope and trust in the Lord, we hope and trust in the Paschal mystery of Christ, yours, to us, belongs God's kingdom.